Most people think living off grid is about solar panels, rainwater, and growing your own food. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Living off grid takes you away from the system, and the system doesn't like that. That's the uncomfortable truth. The modern government is built on predictability, predictable income, predictable spending, and predictable obedience. When you live off grid, you become harder to track, harder to tax, and harder to control. If you make your own power, you have no electrical bill to tax. If you collect rainwater, well, you have no utility account. And if you grow your own food, you don't support major corporations and food chains. Off-grid living exposes the truth that you were led to believe, which is that you need to rely on the system. And the truth is, you don't. And living off-grid, you'll see that real quick. You start becoming less reliable on certain things that they provide. You start living self-sustaining. All these things are things that you are reliant on, especially if you're spending. And if you're spending on these stores or major corporations, you're getting taxed on everything. Think about this. When you work, you're taxed for your work. When you spend, you're taxed for your spending. You're taxed at the end of the year. You're taxed for everything. The government relies on property tax, income tax, utility tax, and sales tax, all of which rely on participation. This is why you see zoning laws, which restrict alternative housing, permits required for basic survival structures, and rainwater collection regulated or banned. These rules are framed as safety and standard, but also ensure dependency, because dependent citizens are harder to manage than self-sustaining ones. You see, off-gridders are not dangerous because they're extreme. They're dangerous because they're independent. And that is the truth that I think a lot of people already know. And that's why I think a lot of people are actually going this route, because people want to just be more independent, self-sufficient, less reliant, and just live a better life. I mean, it's peaceful out here. It's beautiful. And if you ain't got any of these ties, which I still do, and I'm trying to flee from them, like bills, debt, all kinds of stuff like this. This is what we're trying to get away from. And this is why we chose this life. This proves that you could live with fewer bills, less debt, and more freedom. And once people see that, that's when the illusion cracks. That's why off-grid living is discouraged, delayed, and often put under red tape. Not because it doesn't work, but because it works too well. Off-grid is a very big part of our life now. It is our life. And the thing that we're trying to do is get completely away from all of the things that tie us to the grid, like purchasing our own water. We need to collect rainwater. We still need to do a whole bunch of things to get to where we want to be. And these are just things that would make us more happy with the way that we live. Fewer bills, fewer debts, and fewer things to rely on. Now, we are just starting. It's only been probably about 2 months for us. And we have already done quite a bit, I would say. There's a lot of nice people out there that have said that we have made so much progress in a short amount of time. And that's because we are working really hard to try to get the off-grid lifestyle as soon as possible. And I think the sooner that we have it, the easier things get. And is there still struggle with off-grid living? There is. At least there has been in our case. I don't know if it ever gets easier, but I'm sure it does. But I'll tell you one thing. Every little bit of it is so worth it. We have, I mean, it's only an acre, but we have all this land. We have all this freedom. You could come out at night and it's pitch black. You can't even see your hand in front of your face. I love that. Another thing is, there is no grid. There is no power lines anywhere here. No power lines. We go strictly off of solar, free power. We do have a gas generator for emergencies, but once we boost up our power bank and we get a more reliable energy station, then we will be using that a lot less. The only reason why that is a problem is because we have to buy gas, and we're getting taxed on gas. We're getting taxed on just about everything. Food is a problem. We're going to get onto growing food here very short here soon. We're going to get onto gardening. We're going to get some livestock. We want some livestock. We want some meat. We want some eggs. We want all that stuff. Is this the land that'll be able to keep cattle? No, probably not. But eventually, and at least we have a goal set in mind, because with a goal set in mind, you have hopes and dreams, and you can make anything work as long as you work towards it. And that's what we're trying to do, is work towards a completely 100% self-sufficient lifestyle, and to just be able to enjoy life just like this and walk around on your property that is still going to be taxed, and you just can't escape that, because then that gives them a reason to come and take your land. So that's the one downfall, is you're going to always have to pay for taxes on your land. Unless, and I don't know if this is a real loophole, if you bury your family on your land, I heard, and I don't know if this is true, you guys can tell me in the comments, that it's considered cemetery, and that is non-taxable. I don't know about that, but that's something to think about. Eventually, the goal is 20 acres, if not more. I would like 40, but I will deal with 10. And I think that is a good age to start all this. And we are in our 30s, of course, but we are learning that this is the lifestyle that we want. And this is the lifestyle that we're going to chase for the rest of our lives. And I am no longer interested in living in a city, especially a big city, ever again. I like to come outside to absolutely nothing and to just truly enjoy life in peace and serenity. To everyone that wants to chase this dream or this lifestyle, pull the trigger. It's going to be a struggle.